Hello everybody. Today, I'm just going to show you how to try to improve your PB in Survival Endless. Now, doing research on this to see if anybody else has done this type of video before, I don't really think so. I saw that one Goblin PvZ YouTuber, I'll put his name on screen and I'll link his channel in the description, but he was talking about how to basically get the achievement in specifically the Xbox mode, or the Xbox version, which, to be fair, is the definitive version of the game. The purpose of this video is to basically show you how to improve your PB, not necessarily get the achievement where you go 20 rounds in Endless, which this video definitely can help you with. However, it's basically to improve your personal best, which I have basically just been grinding out, you know, just PvZ Endless right now, or for the past couple of weeks, on and off, just grinding it out, trying to get a new PB. I'll show you what my current PB is after this guy grows here in a second. And let's see, hopefully it's something I don't have. That's a cell, okay. Yeah. Unlucky. Main thing with the Zen Garden is just I want to collect every plant that I can, because I have all the nighttime. If I get a duplicate water, I'll just put it in the water section, but yeah. So, my PB is 51 flags. Now, each wave is... That wasn't my PB, that was, I think 28 or 29 flags. Each time you come and pick your seeds, you are going to be completing 2 flags. Since my PB is 51 flags, I wasn't able to pick my seeds again because they broke through my defenses. However, today I'm going to show you how to actually, like, improve your PB. And the first step of this is getting max sun. You need 9,990 sun before anything, basically. And just don't worry about too much. Don't worry about putting too much defenses down, because that's going to take away from your goal in actually, you know, defending the stuff you need to defend. Basically, you don't have to worry about anything until over wave 10. The first Gargantuar that comes is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You're gonna kill it in basically 2 instas. The issue comes later when you get other problems appearing. So, starting out, plant all of your sunflowers in top row. If a zombie goes down, I know I grabbed 2 insta-plants in case something happens, but these instas are for top row and second row. Any zombie that comes down here, let the lawnmower take it, because these lawnmowers are going to be useless late game. If a zombie gets all the way through your defenses late game, there's no coming back. Even though you'll have a surplus of sun, that amount of sun and that amount of defense lost is not going to be able to stop the hordes. So, first things first, just let the zombies come. You also want to prepare some umbrella leaves, because the Bungie zombies are going to be really annoying, and if they get any of your defenses or your sun producers at these early stages, that's going to be a big issue. So 1, 2, 3. So this 9 block area, this 3x3 area that the sunflower or the umbrella leaf is surrounding is safe. Next one you want to place is right here. So you have this entire area is totally fine. Don't worry about too many things early game, other than just getting sun. Getting sun is your #1 priority. Just continue planting sunflowers. Just any sunflower you can plant, just plant it immediately. And here's a tip. Don't plant a twin sunflower unless they have already, unless the sunflower has already produced sun. Because planting a twin sunflower resets the time you get sun. I'll show that off in here in a second. Boom. He just produced sun, so his normal recharge time for sun production is now going to be slightly normal. However, if you plant it on a flower that hasn't produced sun, you're going to have to be waiting a lot longer for sun to be produced. If something like this happens, just put a melon pult. You just need, in early game, you just need 4 melon pults and you'll be about fine. And in these lanes, just put squashes in the water. Now, I did make a mistake in not bringing cattail. I would recommend bringing cattail, but to be honest, I just forgot it. It's not the worst thing in the world, though. And when you dig up sunflowers, wait for them to produce sun. Ah, well, that's a misclick. That's fine. If that does happen, especially early game, don't shovel it, because there's no point in wasting that amount of sun that you spent. I would personally just thug it out and keep it there. Squash is a quick recharging plant anyways. There goes the drums. These melon pults will mow down everything that you need, and you should be fine for basically the majority of the game, or the majority of the early game, because all you do in these early parts is you just plant sunflowers. That's really all you do. Like right now, we're already at nearly 1,000 sun. Just upgrade all your things into twin sunflowers, and you'll be golden, honestly. If this happens and they break through, it's no biggie. It's really no biggie. If one sunflower gets eaten, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to be mindful in your defense and make sure that they're able to actually output damage. Later, you will replace some of these, or since I didn't bring cattail, I kind of screwed myself, and now I have to waste sun planting a watermelon. Honestly, I'm thinking about resetting my run, but I should be fine. He's gonna break through that watermelon before we can kill him, but that's a-okay. Because we should be able to get rid of him. There we go. However, we gotta keep in mind that this watermelon is on low HP. Plants do not regenerate HP, so you're gonna have to keep that in mind as you play. But not necessarily all the time. It just means that if they break through this pumpkin and get to this watermelon, it's gonna go down easier. Late game, don't worry about that at all. Your plants are gonna be dying instantly if they do get to you. If they do get through to you. Don't worry about it, everything will be fine. So, reason I'm using, so there's 2 setups you can do. You can do either Gatling Pea, or you can do, or Wintermelon. Now, the reason there's those 2 plants and none really work is because the DPS of those are really good. Not necessarily Winterpult has good DPS, but Winterpult is just, its utility and able to freeze things with splash damage is really good. The only issue with it is that its splash damage is only 25. And that isn't very good. When possible, you want to plant the imitator pumpkins instead of the normal pumpkins, because normal pumpkins are set down instantly. Imitators, they have a wind-up before they're actually able to turn into what they're, imitating. Here, I'm just gonna get rid of this. We got a chocolate, nice. I'll just set down that so we can get rid of that bucket head in that row. Boom, boom, boom. These 2 sunflowers that I'm about to place are going to be the only sunflowers that remain throughout the entire setup. And those are basically just going to be our rebuilding sunflowers. Those are the sunflowers that are going to help us rebuild late game. And rebuilding late game is pretty much just placing down spike rocks. It's just making sure that your spike rock line is not going to falter. So, looking back at our lawn, we still need some production. So, we're going to bring sunflower, twin sunflower. We are going to bring the next thing we're going to set up here. We don't set up our melon pulse and our winter pulse until basically right when we're about digging everything up. The only reason why we have melon pulse here is because I kind of messed up, and, you know, it's just, we're just going to have to deal with it. And also I messed up here. We're going to have to dig these twin sunflowers up to put down our cattails. But it will be fine. It'll be fine. Since we have no bungees and nothing that can hit our plants, we're just gonna not put any umbrella leaves down, and just now we're just gonna focus on the glooms. So these guys are gonna be our main damage dealers for our middle 4 rows. They are gonna be really good and very helpful throughout this entire endeavor that we're going through. However, they're going to be extremely good late game because they get rid of hordes and hordes of zombies. Cattail and... I think we go squash. Do we go squash? No, I think we go spikeweed. Just to get spikeweeds up first. So, for the first ones, for the first gloom shrooms we put down, we're not going to put them in the middle, actually, because we have a weakness to this setup that we are about to solve. We are going to put them back here. You might be asking, why are we putting it back here? The thing is, once we get the minor zombies, there's going to be a huge issue where they're going to come into our back row since we don't have any room for magnets, and they're going to start eating our defenses from the back. I should have rephrased that, but, you know, that's how it's going to happen, and it's not going to be great. So the first 2 you put down, just so it's as cheap as possible, are going to be here in the back. They're not going to be able to do anything to the hordes of zombies coming up, but later they will be extremely valuable, and it will basically be our way of defending our back lines. Anytime you see the sunflowers are able to, or the twin sunflower is recharged, you instantly place that guy down, as you will have ample time to just get more sun. So right now I'm just kind of locking in. Dig this guy up, put cattail down. It is unfortunate that I made the mistake of putting sunflowers right there, but we will be fine. That's not good, he took damage. Okay. That's not necessarily great, but, you know, I'd rather it... I should have noticed it sooner. That's my fault. Okay, Jack-in-the-Box is going to be a slight issue if we're not able to take him down in time. Hopefully... yeah, okay, there we go. Jack-in-the-Box is only a problem early game. Late game, he mellows out a lot. And by that I mean just... he's just dies instantly to most of our defense. As soon as this guy produces sun, we're gonna dig him up and put down a cattail. There we go. Cattail. Wrong placement, but it's fine. Hopefully we can defeat him in time. Oh, nope, we're not. But, you know, it's just the game we play. Jack-in-the-Box is just really annoying, but he's only annoying early game. Late game, he just gets eviscerated, and it's fine. If they do break through a wall of sunflowers or something, that's fine. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It'll recover. It'll be okay. Now, with the flag zombies or the pool zombie that come up midway through a flag, it is incredibly annoying because we're gonna have to start repairing things. We're gonna start repairing our gloom shrooms, especially when the dolphins come, because these, again, even though the pool lanes are the safest lanes, they're the lanes you need to maintain the most, because dolphins will come in hordes. Because usually zombie layouts are spread out, but since there's only 2 lanes and there's a ton of dolphin zombies that are in the bracket, they're all going to come in those 2 lanes, and they're going to be hell to deal with. We have all our sunflowers placed. Well, almost all. We're going to take Umbrella Leaf now, because of this guy. We're going to take these 2 guys. We're going to, of course, double up on pumpkins. Take this. I don't think we're taking Spike Rock, because we still need to place our gloom shrooms. So this is the loadout I'm taking here. Now we have completed our gloom shroom setup, so next time we can choose our seeds. We are going to start focusing on either spike rocks or start digging up sunflowers once we hit maximum sun. Zombonis are going to be annoying, but they're not going to be the worst thing in the world. Just make sure your lines are completely filled with spikes, because right now we don't really have anything else to deal with them. And cattails are incredibly important early game because they will soon balloon zombies out quite early. They are incredibly annoying because they just keep coming and they just force us to spend sun on things other than what we need. What we need is a lot of sunflowers. Try not to lose any sun. Try to pick up as much sun as you can. It will be hard, but it's worth it. Alright. So. Okay. My call here, since we have our sunflower placement perfect, my call is to start planting spike rocks, and if we reach max sun here, we're gonna start planting melons. Now, with the Zambonis, or the Zombonis, and what are they called? Basketball zombies? With those guys, you don't really have to worry about them in middle lanes because the gloom shrooms will basically take them out when needed. However, the outer lanes is where it gets bad. So that's where you want to put your first spike rocks down, just so you can just weed out the zombies as quickly as possible. Because if you see, it's getting bad in the up and down, and very top row and very bottom row is getting pretty hoarded. The horde is getting pretty dense in these areas. I might lose him there, but that's fine-ish. Not really, but it'll have to do. Everything's on cooldown, which is frustrating, but you know, you have to make deal. We're about to hit maximum sun. This game is my element, if you can't tell. Now, we've reached the point of the game where it's not really worth it to start planting sunflowers. Because they're costing over 1,000. So I'm gonna stop placing twin sunflowers, honestly. But look at all of this sun. Okay, we've hit maximum sun. You see, it won't go up any higher than that. So now we start removing sunflowers. Okay. Now, what we do is we just start setting up our defenses like crazy. And if possible, we start setting up cob cannons. Cob cannons will be the last thing we set up. But other than that, we just keep going. You want to have only 4 winter melons. And this is just to save sun for later. Now that we got the winter melons down, you can definitely tell that the pace of the game has slowed down drastically. And is now at a much more reasonable pace to start comprehending what's going on. Especially once it starts getting crazier. Just keep planting melons when you can. You are losing a large amount of sun, however, because we're at max, we don't really have to worry about it as much as usual. See, we're almost at wave 10. And at this point of the game, it's pumpkin repair simulator. Every time you see a damaged pumpkin, you have to make the call either to let it go to the final stage of damage and then repair it, or repair it now. So now we can start getting rid of these middle flowers. Okay. Not as good as I wanted 10th wave to be. I wanted 10th wave to be just regular Garg, but because of that, we're going to have to start putting these guys down. Yeah. Okay, so boom, 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 and our final guy. Just in case we shovel something up that in the water that will screw us over, we're bringing Lily Pad. But the setup is done. The setup is completely done. Well, not yet, but you know, it's about there. So now you just play Spike Rock Repair, Pumpkin Repair, and start planting your cob cannons. The reason we plant them in this middle lane here, hold on, there we go. The reason why we plant them in this middle lane here is because, or in the pool lanes, is because, like I said earlier, the pool lanes are the safest, and these are going to be our Gargantuar killers. Other than the instant plants that we're going to bring, these things will start killing, will mow down as many zombies as we want. I misfired. Okay. But that was a demonstration. That was a warning for the zombies. Cool. You see, we're just vegging out right now. We're just vegging out. These are the only sunflowers that are going to remain for the rest of the setup. These guys are going to be turning into cob cannons, and these guys are going to be the only sunflowers remaining. And what their purpose is to mitigate the amount of sun we lose each round. Because at this point, it's really how much sun are you able to save. That's the name of the game at the moment. Which is why we have to, I like to wait until a sunflower produces sun before we plant anything in its place. Our first Giga Gargantuar. You know, Giga Gargantuars have double the HP, which means that 2 instant plants, or 2 cob cannons, are not going to be able to kill it. It's going to have to take 4. Double that amount. But since cob cannons are basically cherry bombs, just reusable cherry bombs, it's not as bad as one would think. And before you place down your kernel corns or kernel pults, you want to wait for the recharge to come. This is just so that you have more time to rebuild your sun. You see, that's nice, but late game, it's not gonna be, we're not gonna be so lucky. Okay, so this is the setup. We have completed the setup. Now, on to what plants to bring. Every round, you have to bring pumpkin. There is no other choice here. The imitator has to be on pumpkin the entire time. You have to bring Spike Rock. Because Giga Gargantuars are going to be breaking through, and just Gargantuars in general, and Zambonis and the basketball zombies are going to be breaking through like it's nothing. Especially on the outskirts, or on the top, very top and very bottom lanes. After that, you bring Cherry Bomb, Jalapeno, Squash, and you can choose to bring these guys, or you can bring basically any plant of your choice, but I like to bring the other 2 instas in the game. Just because, in my opinion, that's the best option. But honestly, whatever you want to bring, you can bring. But it's just, it's, yeah. So now, you're just on pumpkin repair mode. And it's honestly really satisfying, going through this. Now there's another setup with Gatling Pea you can do. However, that setup's more intensive and requires more micromanagement. The waves go a lot faster because you do a lot more damage, single target damage. However, it is not as safe as Wintermelon. I've gotten my high score with Wintermelon, the streak of 51 flags with Wintermelon. Next time I do a serious attempt, and not necessarily a tutorial, I'm going to try it with Gatling Pea. And again, it's just collect sun. You don't really need to collect coins, especially me. I can buy anything I want in the game, but it's just a habit of mine. I don't know if it's like undiagnosed OCD, or maybe it's my diagnosed ADHD. I do have ADHD, if you can't tell. Which ADHD is probably what lets me play this game. But I have, it's like in my mind, I have to pick these up. Okay. Now onto something really important. The dolphins are the second worst thing in the game. These guys are going to be going at your gloom shrooms like crazy. So you're gonna have to repair the pumpkins as much as you can. Now you might be asking, why not just put a tall nut here? It's because because of the collision, they spawn, they basically spawn on the first row. So putting a tall nut there doesn't do anything. They just jump, they move past it and jump over the second row of gloom shrooms you have. Okay. And so you're like, okay, just put it on your second row. Just put the tall nut on your second row. Well, then you're not doing enough damage to everything. So it's a trade-off that you're just gonna have to play around with these guys. By the way, the music of this game is phenomenal. Laura Shigihara is the GOAT, and also she's really funny. She just posts random stuff. She just shit posts on her YouTube posts. It's really funny. See a guard, shoot 2 calib cannons at it. That gets it down to half, and then the rest of your setup will hopefully be able to take care of it. But yeah, that is essentially how you PB in Plants vs. Zombies Endless. Now, for stuff like this, there's going to be a lot more Gargantuars, but the core mechanics of the game, the core mechanics of the setup are the same. Just repair with pumpkin, repair with spike rock, blow them up. I didn't use very many instas, but later, in like the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, you're going to be popping insta plants basically all the time. But that's about it. I hope this helped in improving your score and getting that achievement. But that's about it for me. So, see ya.